As a parent of a strong-willed child, you know that it can sometimes be difficult to get them to cooperate. In this video, I'm going to share with you 5 proven tips for handling a strong-willed child that will help make parenting easier for both you and your child. Make sure to watch this entire video so that you won't miss a thing. Now, let's get into the video. Does your child tend to push back more than what seems normal? Do they hate being told what to do? Do they struggle to take responsibility for their actions? Are they quick to get upset when things don't go their way? Or do they make up their own rules to follow? If so, you may be wondering if you have a strong-willed child. A strong-willed child is defined as a child who is determined to do things their own way, even if it goes against what you want them to do. As a parent, this can often be frustrating, but there are ways that you can handle a strong-willed child so that both you and your child are happy. Here are 5 tips for handling a strong-willed child. Number 1. Don't correct in the moment. All children, especially strong-willed children, need to be pre-taught. This means establishing expectations and rules beforehand. If you wait to correct your child in the moment, they are more likely to get upset and fight against you. Instead of in the moment saying, "No, I'm not going to buy candy today," when your strong-willed child asks you for candy at the store, you establish expectations before walking into the store by saying, "Okay, we are going into the store and only grabbing what is on the shopping list. That means no candy or toys today, okay? Now, what are the things that we're going to buy today?" Compromise plus collaboration equals win-win for strong-willed children. Collaboration is understanding your child's concerns, perspectives, and point of view, entering your concerns and point of view into consideration, and working together towards realistic, mutually satisfactory solutions. Dominant parents tend to only take their concerns into play, and permissive parents only tend to take their children's concerns into play. But when you can collaborate with your child, it is taking everyone's concerns into play and working together for realistic solutions. Number 2. Drop the rope. When raising strong-willed children, you may need to, from time to time, delay disciplining. This is because when a child and parent is upset, the part of the brain that processes logic, reasoning, empathy, and understanding shuts down until you are calm again. It's hard to behave right if you don't feel right. As a parent, you may need to drop the rope and avoid trying to always win. The famous saying, "It takes 2 to argue," is true. If your child just won't stop arguing, you can drop the rope by saying, "I will talk more with you about this after dinner." You also want to look at the situation and really question if it's worth the battle. If your toddler is starting to play in the mud, is it really worth the battle of trying to get them to stop? If not, drop the rope and let them play in the mud. Winning the battle with your child is not worth costing your relationship with your child. Number 3. Avoid power struggles. A power struggle is when 2 people are trying to win or be in control. If you find yourself getting into a lot of power struggles with your child, it can damage your relationship with them. You know when you have entered a power struggle when you are invested in winning. Here are 2 ways to help you avoid getting into a power struggle with your child. Number 1, give choices. This allows your child to have some power and control in their life. Nobody likes being told what to do all the time, especially strong-willed children. So instead of making demands, try giving choices such as, "Would you like to turn off the TV now or in 10 minutes? Do you want to do your homework before or after dinner? Would you like me to put on your left shoe or your right shoe first?" Parents give choices that they are okay with, and the child gets to have some control and independence in their lives as well. Number 2, be consistent. If you are not consistent with your children, it will only create confusion and chaos. When you are consistent with your children, they know what to expect and what the expectations are. They also know that you mean what you say. The next proven tip is to, Number 4, acknowledge feelings. So many parents want to just fix the problem they are having with their child and want all the tips to help them with that problem. However, Sometimes simply acknowledging a child's negative feelings is all that the child needed. Let's imagine for a second that you wake up feeling really bad. You didn't have a good night and you woke up with a throbbing headache. You slowly get yourself dressed for work, and when you get to work at your high-stress job, you run into a coworker and you say to her, "I just want to go home. I am not looking forward to any of my meetings today, and I just want to stay in bed all day and sleep." How would you feel if your coworker got after you for being lazy and your complaining attitude? You're going to be just fine. Stop complaining. Take some Tylenol and you'll feel much better. How would you feel if your coworker tried to give you some advice? "I know you feel lousy, but you have to get it together. The CEO is coming to our meeting today and you have that big presentation to make. What you should do is go take a Tylenol and drink plenty of water. Maybe even lie down in your office for a few minutes." Maybe your coworker was trying to be helpful by giving you a lecture. "I know you don't feel good and you want to be home, but you have to do things you don't want to do. That's just life. Try to think of something good and positive instead of focusing so much on the negative of being at work." Lastly, what if your coworker started a random Q&A session with you? "How come you didn't sleep good last night? Did you get to bed early? Are you drinking enough water? Do you think you're getting sick? Is your presentation ready?" Would you feel good after talking to this coworker? My guess is that you probably would have some rude things you are saying about this person in your head, and they probably made you more upset. This is true for children. In order for children to behave right, they need to feel right. Number 5, person-to-person relationship. A person-to-person relationship is based on respect. When a parent talks to the children in a respectful way, it goes a long way. This doesn't mean that a parent should be scared or intimidated by their children's emotions or words. Instead, they should understand where their child is coming from and validate their feelings while also setting boundaries. Just because children are smaller doesn't mean they don't deserve respect. If you are upset with your spouse, are you going to send them to timeout? No, you would talk through it and work with them. This person-to-person relationship is what all children need, especially strong-willed children, because they will do anything to keep their integrity intact. If you have a strong-willed child and are struggling to keep up with their out-of-the-box thinking, try these 5 tips. They might just be what you need to help you and your child find some middle ground. Now, there is a lot more to parenting than what we have covered in this video, such as how to establish boundaries that stick, how to help your children want to cooperate and listen, and how to remain calm during triggering situations. Make sure to check out my book called Parenting Without Drama and learn all that I mentioned above and more. Plus, you can also join my Facebook group called Gentle Parenting Toddlers and Preschoolers. Thank you so much for watching. In the comments below, let me know what content you would like to see more of. And as always, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss any future videos. I'll see you in the next video.